Hello, how are you? Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, and I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. And I just wanted to take a little bit of time today to talk about the full moon in Scorpio. It is an eclipse. It is on May 5th in the afternoon, around 1:30 um, Eastern time. Eastern time. And so, yeah, I just want to take a little bit of time to talk about that. Also, want to let you all know that the new moon retreats are back. The next one is the new moon in Taurus on May 16th. Details are in the description box. I'm just choosing a lower cost for the retreats moving forward. And so I would love to have you join. You'll get the retreat and you will also get, of course, the replay of the retreat, but my Through the Signs videos, which I typically only put inside of my YouTube channel or share with my coachees, you get to have that video also as a part of the retreat. So, it's time to take time for yourself and to make sure that you do something that revives and rejuvenates your soul. Most of us just go, 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 go. And this full moon actually is talking about the need for us to do more retreating, more time where we're just getting away so we can have that introspection. And so every retreat is different, every retreat is unique. This particular retreat, I'm talking about worth, owning your worth. So that you can charge your worth, so that you can make your worth. Maybe you want to even create your own currency of some sort. Why? Because it's Taurus. All right. So please join me. Details in the description box. And let's talk about. I'm not going to be on camera today. I have a graduation for my younger son that I need to go to. So I just want to make the video and I'll talk. And yeah, it'll be more like a podcast today. So this moon in Scorpio is pretty incredible. Again, it's May 5th at 1:34 p.m. Eastern time. And so the thing about this moon is it is an eclipse. And eclipses bring life altering events. Now, it kind of depends on where this is happening in your chart. So if you are one of the fixed signs. What are the fixed signs? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. This moon can be pivotal for you. So, for instance, I am a Taurus moon. My husband is an Aquarius rising. Also, he's very scorpionic. My younger son is a Taurus rising, and we are getting ready to experience a full moon event. A full moon is the culmination of something, you achieve something or realize something. And so he is graduating. He's actually still has 2 more years because he's working on his bachelor's degree, but he didn't get a graduation in 2021. He's one of those young people who didn't have a full graduation. So I told him just to graduate with your associates and then he'll graduate in 2 more years. But it's a really big deal for us. He's been in college and it, this is someone who initially I was like, man, I don't know if he's going to like college, but he's just really done a great job. So I want you to begin to think about in your life what is being highlighted. Okay. What is being highlighted? I think I will just go on ahead and pull up the chart so you can look at the chart with me. There we go. So yeah, this moon is really going to show. Maybe it's something that you've been working on since the let's see here. Last year was 2022. It could be something last year this time you will be manifesting it, or maybe something from the fall. The new moon in Scorpio in the fall may have led to something culminating for you, some big event, or it could be that you are having an amazing revelation. Now, these are the kinds of revelations where it's like it can completely take your life in a whole new direction. So these are the kinds of things that I want you to be thinking about. So this moon is happening at the 14th degree. And so I'm going to tell you the energy that brings in. It brings in Scorpio, it brings in Pisces, and it brings in Aquarius. All very interesting energies. So this full moon is asking us to continue to make a transformation through letting something go or through completing something. So you want to be thinking about what's coming up, and you'll feel this pull, this urge about what that is, what needs to be released, what needs to be let go of. Okay. Maybe there's some wounding. A lot of people have been dealing with wounding. Maybe it's the collective wounding that we're dealing with, but there is this need to heal because of this Scorpio and this Pisces. There's definitely healing that we are being called to do. So my question to you is, where do you need healing? Maybe you need willing healing in your worth. That's one of the reasons why I chose that topic for the new moon, is because Taurus, which is a part of this eclipse, is about worth. It's about value. Like, do you value yourself? It may be asking you to look at your values. Are you living in alignment with your values? Because what you value is what you do. So it could be you're saying you want A, but you don't have the values of somebody who has A. And so this eclipse might be giving you that opportunity to let go of what you're valuing that doesn't work for you, so that you can take on a whole new set of values that takes you in the direction that you want to go in. And it could just be straight up wounding, maybe something from the childhood, something from your family, because Scorpio is so much about psychology. Some people may have just been feeling like all their stuff is being dug up and coming up, rising up to the top. Well, it's not doing that to torture you. It's rising up to the top so that it can, your subconscious mind is like, hey, she's ready to deal with this. Let's get her healed up. So we're going to bring this up. That is something I have most certainly been dealing with. I've really been facing, the effects of childhood trauma on my life as I am 53 years old, because I've done so much processing of the past. I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm good." Nope, I'm still these eclipses are just doing this slow boil up of, we're gonna just let it just slow boil, bring it up to the top so Tyra can face it and talk about it, right? Okay. So the other thing that it's bringing up is Pisces. Okay. So, wait a minute. It also could be talking about intimacy issues. This Scorpio energy is intimacy. It is anything around sex, sexual trauma. It could have something to do with one of those topics. It also could have to do with shared resources, something around inheritance. Some people may be dealing with taxes. We just had the tax season or the tax deadline pass a couple of weeks ago. So some people may be really focused on that, or it may have something to do with other people's money, shared resources, income that you don't earn, but it's a part of the resources of your life. It could be bringing up topics around those. So I just want to say we have Uranus as a part of this eclipse down here in Taurus. And so I just encourage you that sometimes we get shocking news or something unexpected comes up with Uranus. And so if that happens to you, I want you to do your best to get yourself grounded as quickly as you can, and try to regulate your system, get your nervous system regulated. Maybe put your hand on your heart, take some long, slow, deep breaths, and that way your body isn't just dealing with the shock and you're not getting rid of that. But it really can bring up something shocking. Okay, now it could be something, or let me say, not just say shocking, shocking or unexpected. And sometimes it'll bring up something really, really good, but it'll be unexpected. That is definitely something that could be a theme or with this moon. Now, it also has the energy of Pisces in it. And so, because Pisces is a part of that, the words that came to me is liberation. And it's like a release that leads to liberation. So, you may want to just be opening yourself up to what do you need to be liberated from? Maybe you need to release something. Maybe you need to be released from something. And it has everything to do with you getting liberated. And it's a liberation that allows you to be rebirthed. Scorpio is this sign that has to do with death. And then you cannot have death without birth, rebirth. Okay. So this is a moon that might help us to see the path forward in terms of like rebirthing ourselves because we're headed in a new direction. I just keep seeing this moon as one that's like, I just get to offload. But what do you need to offload? Body, mind, spirit, emotions, relationships, career, you name it, your physical stuff. What needs to be offloaded? And so Pisces, healing energy. Also, there's this energy that this moon is saying, do you trust? You may be bumping up against your trust issues. You can't trust anybody, and therefore you're never getting any help. So it may be something like that. Or you're too trusting and you need to have more discernment. Or are you trusting the universe to support you? Do you have a trusting a relationship with the universe, or don't you? What stands out for you? Okay, because not all of this will be you, but these are things that you can consider. Pisces is also about dealing with the subconscious mind. So this moon might really, we think about it going into our psyche and, our psychological issues. And some of those we kind of are like consciously aware of. But with this Pisces in there, it's like going deep, deep, deep into the subconscious mind. And we might actually get to see what's there. And we're like, oh my gosh, so much shadow energy. But it's to be loved and transformed. Pisces is this energy of self-compassion. And so this is a moon where we need to have a lot of compassion for ourselves, compassion for other people, and compassion for those parts of ourselves that we just feel like this part of me is just an F up, or this is what makes me an F up. It's like, no, no more of that. The part of me that is doing things that look like self-sabotage and just really holding me back, she has been doing her best to keep me safe. And now I get to take back the power in my hands and allow my life to be something new, something different, right? So definitely this topic of empowerment. And so Aquarius is all about, that's another energy that's in this moon. It's like, how can I step into progress? What do I need to do to step into progress? Or maybe I'm offloading a lot of stuff because it's holding me back from achieving my goals. It's holding me back from being profitable in my life. And so maybe that's something else that will be coming up for some of you. You kind of have this aha moment like, I can finally see why I haven't been able to get to where I want to go because it's been this wound on the inside. It's been, it could be bringing up all of our addictions, mental health challenges. It's like I can see all of it. And again, so much of that is in place because we experienced some pain and our body and our consciousness, our subconscious mind was like, we got to save her. And all kinds of things will happen to keep us alive. Right. And so Aquarius is like, hey, we need to address these things so that we can move in the direction where we really want to go. We can make some progress. Okay. Um, Aquarius is a sign that had us start on a new, like step into a whole new world. So it may be like you just need to like become more advanced, not like as in terms of like studying, but maybe just kind of like get with the new world. And Aquarius is just kind of like this is what needs to happen with this moon. So, for instance, we've been hearing people say, hey, Black folks need to get down with this AI. or really everyone. I hear a lot of people talking about what's going on with us as African Americans and how a lot of times we're slow to adopt technology, even though I think the younger African Americans are not slow to adopt technology. But in general, if we don't get with this new way of being, then we're going to be left behind, right? So this full moon may like sober us up and make us say, "Oh my gosh, I really and truly need to go on ahead and begin to get with this new way of doing things." If it means I have to work online, that just means I have to figure that out. Or if it means I have to learn some new technology in order to, run a business, I'm just willing to do that. So that's what I mean about getting more advanced. It's more of like go with the times. And we have to work to maintain our humanity, right? But the age of Aquarius is upon us, and so this moon is just really like, y'all better transform. Oh, let's see here. Do I have anything else? So Mercury is there. I think we'll get a lot of messages from this moon. And yeah, a lot of downloads. But see, Mercury is the mind. I really do think that there will be some transformation in our minds, our thoughts, our mindsets. That's what this moon is calling for. Either you will say, "Oh my gosh, I finally made it," or you'll say, "I have got to get a whole new mindset. This mindset that I'm dealing with, no bueno." But yeah, I do think that we'll hear quite a bit from like our ancestors, or let's see here, maybe even Mama Earth, Pachamama, Gaia might be like really speaking and just giving us messages. Maybe it'll come through nature in some kind of way. I do think that we'll see a lot of messages come through this moon. And also messages around our money, our personal finances, how we take care of ourselves, our material belongings. And it's kind of like, because Mercury is retrograde, this full moon is asking us to revisit some ideas or some thoughts that we um, have already thought or visited, but we need to revisit them because we didn't integrate it, or we just didn't, we noted it for a moment, but then we just constantly moving, constantly consuming. And it's so easy to say, "Oh yeah, I want to look at that." Whoo, we're on to the next thing, right? So this moon is giving us that opportunity to go back and find this thing that will help us to transform. Maybe not even just our minds, but also it could help us to go back and grab skills, perhaps, that are, or something that we were learning. Go back and remember it or revisit it, and it's going to help us in the future. Mars is trining this moon, which I love. It just brings more of that intuitive energy and that healing energy. So I would say rituals for this moon would involve anything that allows you to really be grounded in your body, but also just feeling very safe and very loved on. Maybe sitting in the water, visiting the ocean, um, a lake, a pond, taking baths, spiritual baths, different things like that. And let's see here. Oh, and the where Mars is in Cancer at the time of the full moon is really bringing that. It's like a lot of Pisces energy. Okay, a lot of Pisces energy. So this moon truly has the possibility for liberating us. I do think this could be an emotional moon for a lot of people because this is a lot of water. I'm gonna include Saturn, which is in Pisces, and so Saturn is all about a reality check. It's about karma. So some of us may be dealing with karma, but I just feel like Saturn always will bring in that path forward where it's like, yeah, I might melt and fall apart, but Saturn is going to help us to like pick ourselves up and keep moving and just be like, well, I just got to figure it out. I just got to do it. But it brings stability with this kind of energy, with it being supportive like this. It will bring stability. It will bring, maybe there'll be some wisdom, or there's like a plan that you're like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot about that plan. Yes, that will help me. Let me go grab that plan. It will help me so much, you know?" So, that's what I'll share about Saturn. So, I'm not going to go through the signs cuz like I said, I got to get to my son's graduation. So, let me just pull. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do, but I'm going to pull this card um and see which which goddess is speaking. Now, if you are a part of the Orisha tradition, or, the goddess tradition is really what I need to be focused on, then I want you just to think about Yemoja. Okay. I want you to think about Yemoja. She is always the goddess that will speak at the moon. Okay, so I've gotten an earth card, I've gotten a water card, and let me see. I'm gonna pull one more. Let me see if I can get one that's a little bit okay. And I got an air card. Okay. So the first card that I pulled that I think is very important for us to think about is called manipulation. So, oh my gosh, Scorpio can be an energy of manipulation. Trust and believe, because Scorpios are very territorial. And so they will do whatever they can. And I'm a Scorpio, so I can say this. Scorpios will do whatever they can to keep you. Once you have the trust and the love and affection of a Scorpio, baby, it's for life. That's what you want it to be, right? Okay. But this is crazy. This manipulation card, it represents Mercury and Taurus, the exact thing that we have with this moon. And so you see this hand, and it's like manipulating a puppet. It's there's a little woman puppet, and you see the hand manipulating her. It says a woman's hand manipulates a puppet from above, keeping it dangling from her strings. The puppet is oblivious to being controlled and seemingly has no choice but to move without grace, joy, or vitality. The puppet does not see the light from above, the true guidance always available to her. And this pitiful puppet is in your cards to show you that you are being manipulated or manipulating others. The need to control or be controlled comes from the lack of faith in life's process. Self worth and identity issues are at the root of this. You are scared. Have you been seduced by what is beneath you, feeling you must manipulate others to get what you want? Now is the time to release the chaotic death grip. Remember who you are and let spirit take the reins of your life. Okay, okay. That's aligned with what I have shared. Next is cleansing. Interesting. The planet on this card is Mars, and the sign is Scorpio. So you see this little round lily pad and a pink flower in the middle, and there are 5 frogs around this lily pad, or on this lily pad surrounding this pink little flower. And this has to do with cleansing. Yes, this is Scorpio. Oh my gosh. Frogs are the goddess symbol of fertility, bringing regeneration and healing. Yes, in order to heal, sorrow, grief, and guilt must be released. There we go. Release this during this moon. Sorrow, grief, guilt. Okay. And you want to release it through the cleansing waters of love and purification. And frogs call forth the powerful rains that wash us free of emotional pain, letting tears come to release the flow of sorrow. These emotional storms bring lightning bolts which shatter the human illusions held dear, so that what is true may emerge in its own time. And I think that's what that Uranus can do. It's that lightning bolt to shatter our illusions. What are the illusions? All this Pisces energy. Oh my gosh, this is so good. The frog mandala reminds you to stay at your center during times of emotional shift and release through loss and disappointment. Through this cleansing of your heart, you will be whole once more. Oh my gosh, that is so, so beautiful. Okay, the last one is the wind crone. The wind crone. It's a woman and she has an eagle headdress. Visionary. Let's see what she says. The crone of wind is the wise eagle woman of vision who accesses the hidden worlds beyond the everyday perspective, holding the egg of fertile possibilities. She is the totality of all creative forces from which the world is born. This wise woman ascends through her perfect eagle eye sight, the visionary who has achieved spiritual cognition and is spirit embodied. See, I think this is where we're headed. Her expression and her vision are one. Her thinking, intuitive, her perception, all encompassing. And she comes to you with gifts of insight now needed to ascend above your present circumstances into new realities and perspectives of possibility. She wants you to see, or no, excuse me, ascend above. Um, Let me see here. Ascend above your present circumstances into new realities and perspectives of possibilities never imagined before. There we go. She brings pristine vision to assist you in forming a new way of seeing your world. Open your mind to new paradigms, to pioneer into unknown realities, leading the way for others in changing the course of the world. And my, isn't that Aquarius? That's her. I was like, she sounds like an Aquarius. And that's the very sign that is on her card. Wow. Okay, Queens, wishing you a wonderful, wonderful Scorpio eclipse. Remember, this eclipse energy is not just for right now, it is governing you for the next 6 months. Okay. There is going to be a peak when we get to Leo season. So we need to be into this for the long haul. We want to make the most of it. You got this, goddess. All right. Love you all so much. And again, I hope that you join me in that new moon retreat. Let's keep working together. Let's keep holding hands, dear goddess. I look forward to you all joining me, and I look forward to hearing from you, your takeaways on this video. As always, if you would, it helps the channel if you would give us a like. Make sure you're subscribed so that you can continue to get these live streams where I do my best to share wisdom to help empower you or help you live the most empowered and happy life. All right. Thank you, Queen. Peace and love.